Hello, it's Sherry. Good morning. It's 4:50 in the morning here in Texas, where I'm at. And I just got home from work. So I just wanted to jump on and say hello and it's been, I don't know, a couple of days since I made a video. So I wanted to definitely make one today and tell you kind of what happened today. First of all, before I forget, if you're new here to my channel, welcome. Um, my name is Sherry again, and basically I'm making these videos. This is my grief journey. My husband passed away in September of 2024. So in making these videos, I'm just telling my story, telling what I've gone through with grief and how I deal with it and things like that. And I'm doing this to help myself heal, but if I can help anybody else, then that's wonderful too. I would invite you to go back and look at some of my previous videos. Probably start with my grief journey #1. And this is my cat. This is Snowball. She shows herself in every video. She just likes to get in my lap when I'm making a video. Anyway, and to all of my followers, thank you for continuing to follow me. And so if you like the videos, give me a like. You can definitely subscribe and definitely comment. I do like the comments. I definitely do. So, that being said, I'm going to start today's video. And I'm sorry I'm scratching my nose. My allergies are acting up. That plus what happened this morning. So let me explain. Okay. I had a good night at work. Had a really good night. Nothing out of the ordinary. I was, she just showing herself, you silly girl. Anyway, I was driving home, and I'm off for the next 4 days. So I was thinking in the car, thinking about things that I want to do on my off days. And I started thinking about, I need to go to Goodwill. Well, let me explain that. Literally, the day that my husband died, when I came home, when I got home from the hospital, I had a lot of nervous energy. And I know that's what it is. I just couldn't sit still. And, well, I had decided to box up his clothes. And I did. I boxed up his clothes. And those boxes of clothes have sat there in my bedroom for 15 months now. I have not been able to get rid of them. I have thought about it many times. I've even brought the boxes into the living room. They made it into the living room. And I've thought, I'll load them up in the car. And then I move them back. And I just can't bring myself to get rid of them. And at the beginning, I said, I'm not going to worry about it. Whenever I'm ready, I'll get rid of them. Well, today, on the drive home, I thought to myself, I said that this year I'm going to try to move forward. And if you've never seen my other videos, I do have a complete video on what I mean by moving forward. Not moving on, moving forward. There is a difference. And anyway, I thought, I'm gonna take those clothes. I'm gonna take them to Goodwill. Well, I didn't know how grief was gonna attack me when I said that. Because I thought, okay, I thought that, I had a good night. I was not upset. I wasn't crying. I literally said, I'm going to try to say it without crying now. I said, I'm going to take those clothes and I'm going to get rid of them. And I lost it. I lost it. I spiraled in the car after that. I cried. I cried about the clothes. Then all of a sudden, why this happened, I don't know. Then all of a sudden, all the memories, all the things popping back in your mind. Everything was popping back in my mind. You know, the days he was sick, the days in the hospital, the procedures he had done, when he died, the funeral, what he wore, everything. I mean, everything was bombarding me. And it all started because I said, I'm going to get rid of his clothes. And I don't know if I will ever get rid of his clothes. It just, I don't know. It made me realize maybe I'm just not ready to get rid of his clothes. You know, it's weird because part of me thinks, but I need to. I need to. And I mean, and I have a similar situation. I mean, I have gotten rid of some of his things, definitely. I've gotten rid of some of his clothes. Some of his clothes I gave to my grandson who wanted them. And that actually gives me comfort because anytime I see my grandson wearing them, it always makes me smile. But my husband has had a workshop, and I have only been in that thing about 3 times since he died, and that was 15 months ago. I've gone in there very briefly each time, just looking for a specific thing, like if I needed a certain screwdriver or whatever. I've gone in there really quick and gone out. Now the shop, definitely I need to go in there. I need to go through all that stuff. I need to clean it out. There's going to be a lot of things that's going to get thrown out. And see, his shop was in really bad shape. His shop really everything needs to be taken out of there, and we need to tear it down. And I cannot do it. I absolutely can't do it. I started to say I can clean it out, but I can't tear it down. But obviously not. I have not cleaned that thing out since. And I really need to go in there and do it. And I can't do it. I can't do it. And, you know, it's funny because I don't want to be outside and look that direction and not see that shop sitting there anymore. Now, I did have a deck that was in bad shape. And after he passed, I decided we're going to tear that deck down. And I literally went out there with a sledgehammer and was beating the crap out of that deck. I think that was my anger coming out. I think that I was just... it had to come down, but I took a lot out on it. I beat it pretty good with a sledgehammer, and then my stepson came over, and you know he really helped me take it down. You know, he came over with his circular saw and cut it up and everything. But that I was okay with tearing the deck down. But I can't take his shop down. I can't do it. But this all started, like I said, when I was going to take his clothes to go to middle. they've been sitting there 15 months, and I was really thinking, okay, I think I can do it. And now it's at the point that I'm thinking, if I ever do load them in the car and take them, that the guy at the Goodwill, guy or girl, is going to think I'm, because I think once they get them out of the car, I'm going to start crying. I'm going to lose it right there in front of them, and they're going to think I'm nuts. But my whole point in telling this whole story is I was doing fine. Grief absolutely will sneak up on you. When you think everything's okay, it will just sneak up on you. So that being said, well, actually a couple things. You know my saying, it's okay to not be okay. So I had a not okay moment, and it's okay. And the other thing that I always say that is grief is a journey. It never ends. It is a journey. And it just proved it to me today. Thinking I was doing okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope. Either that or it was my husband saying, don't get rid of my clothes. Honestly, I'm joking when I say that. I really don't think he cares. But I care. It's something that I can't let go of. And I don't know why. And it's not even like I go in and look at them. They're in boxes. It's just something about knowing they're there, I guess. I don't really know. But anyway, like I said, grief will get you when you least expect it. And it's, but what? Sorry, talking to my cat. Well, anyway, I kind of wanted to tell that story today. I planned on making a video today. I was thinking about it on the way home, and I didn't have plans to talk about all this. I was just gonna make a video about some things that are coming up in my life. I've told it in previous videos. I'm going on vacation in March, on a bus tour, going to North Carolina. I was going to mention that, and then I was going to mention another bus tour that I got coming up. I was going to go to Niagara Falls, and I'm canceling that one. And instead, in July, I'm going to go to, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. I never had. It's called the Ark Encounter. It's near Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's a big ark that is made to the exact scale of Noah's Ark. And so anyway, I'm really excited about going to that. I'm going in July to that, and on another bus tour. I've been doing these bus tours, and I'm really happy about that. I had all this planned to talk to you about that and some kind of an upbeat thing, and well, I decided I would tell you about real things too, and it, things happen. But anyway, she just won't leave me alone. You know what she wants? I'm going to tell you what she wants. I know, because I just got home from work. She's ready to go to bed. When I get home, it's like, let's go. It's time to go night night. and she will get in that bed and snuggle up with me. But anyway, I'm fixing to eat me some breakfast. So I just want, the other thing that I haven't said in this video that I try to say in all of them. I've said two of my favorite things. The other one is definitely love never dies. And it it's still there. The love is still there. You know, the pain though is, it's still there too. And then that pain, sometimes it just gets overwhelming. But try to think of something positive that you've done today or you're going to do today. And definitely count your blessings. And I do want to say one thing. And before I say this, I'm going to say right off, I don't want any negative comments. Because what I'm going to, I don't want any political issues. I don't want any comments negatively. If you believe one way and I believe, I don't want any negative comments. If you got something negative, just don't even say it. Just keep it to yourself. And the only thing I want to say is I was so saddened when the young woman was killed by the ICE officer that killed the lady, that shot her and killed her, this 37-year-old woman that's a mother. All I'm saying about it, like I said, I'm not getting into, I don't want to argue the fact of who was at fault and all that. You know, I know what I believe. I know what I saw. But if you believe different, that's fine, whatever. I'm not going to argue political issues on this. I just want to say I was very, very, very saddened because somebody died. And regardless of what you believe, regardless of what you believe, somebody died. Somebody has to bury their daughter. So here we are, that mother is grieving, and that mother's going to grieve for a long time. The little girl, her children lost their mother. There's children that lost their mom. And I don't know if she's got siblings, but there's people that have lost her that are going to be grieving. And if you're watching this video, you know about grief. You either are grieving with somebody, you're grieving somebody, or you know somebody that's grieving. But my heart just goes out to the family, because 37 years old. It's just sad. But like I said, please, 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 I don't want any negative comments. If you have something negative to say about her, please don't say it. Well, anyway, and that being said, like I always say, count your blessings. Definitely count your blessings. And everybody have a very blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.